Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of The Extra Yard. The person dancing below me is none other than Royal A. Shepherd, a newly changed, conformed, I don't know what the word is, Dolphins fan. He used to be a Packers fan. He had the easy life, although they never really won anything that mattered other than one a few years back. But you're now a Dolphins fan. Royal, before we get into anything else, what happened? Why'd you change?
No, Michael, before we get into anything,
yeah.
I am currently a Packers fan.
Thanks, Vince Doc.
Yeah, the rules to the game is, but my wife is a diehard, long-time Dolphins fan, and one of the stipulations of our marriage was that as soon as Aaron Rodgers retires or leaves the Green Bay Packers, then I will become a full-fledged diehard Miami Dolphins fan. I started making my transition last year with Tua, but for one, don't you dare talk about my franchise like the Dolphins have won shit since 1970.
Hey, at least it's not as disappointing as saying your team should make it to the Super Bowl and they lose in the playoffs every year.
Okay, right. It's better that we just make the damn playoffs. And by the way, this is my wife's. This is my wife's jersey. So I want
you fit in it splendidly, bro. I really let you know.
It's like a halter top, bro. It does not work, bro. That shit does not work.
Hey, hold on a second.
He's obviously forgetting.
There's a count
forgetting. Here. Yeah.
I don't know
He's missing the one with the tie, I think.
Okay. Listen. First of all, I just got off work and jumped straight on this for y'all. Right, for y'all. Appreciate the dono, Adam. Okay, look, what we wanted to talk about, what the title of this video is, we call it Tua versus the World. I'm going to do a little bit of role play. I am wearing my shirt and tie from work. I didn't have time to change, but here's what I'm going to say. My name is Fred, right? I am a football fan.
I had to do it once. I'm so sorry. I had to do it once.
Yeah,
I'm so happy that somebody else can do that to him. I don't have to any.
Okay, this is my show. Are we gonna get through a show or not?
I think yeah.
Can I make a quick comment?
Go ahead.
Not even can I? I'm gonna make the quick comment. Juan, good game today. I look forward to next Tuesday. That's all I want to say.
No one on here cares.
We care, obviously. So does Royal. Royal is a soccer pro. Did you miss him on 5 Random Football Guys?
Come on, man. I was on the first couple of episodes.
Come on.
Are we gonna talk Dolphins though? I'm just trying to.
Maybe.
Yeah, let's go. Come on, Joy Taylor. Jesus.
That's what I'm trying to say. I was trying to transition to that. So
his name's Fred.
Yeah, my name is Fred. I like football, but I'm not very smart, and I don't follow people from 5 Reasons Sports or people who actually know things about the Dolphins. I just watch ESPN and Fox Sports, and people like Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman say that Tua sucks. And Joy Taylor specifically said, why would I sign Tua? Why would I be happy with Tua? Sam Darnold is better after 3 years of absolute dookie. 9 games of Tua, not good enough. Guys, what's that about? Somebody tell me why she's so dumb. What is this take?
And we have weapons, apparently. We have a whole arsenal of weapons.
Oh, yeah, we have weapons. Like all those that running back,
like the Lynn Bolton. That's like, come on,
that's
bro.
LBJ, bro.
LBJ.
That's LBJ on the show.
Nicknames is very annoying.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Like the LBJ and the 19 who's out there dropping passes. Yo, yes, indeed. Oh, first of all, the boy is a fan of this show, so thank you guys for having me. For one, like I really love this show.
19.
But hey, look. Let's be honest, right? Let's just say you're a football fan from anywhere else. You don't follow the Dolphins closely, right? All you see from national media is Tua's garbage. What are they doing? That's all they're saying about him. There's maybe a couple here or there that have some, he's pretty decent, right? Dan Orlovsky every once in a while defends him. Mina Kimes every once in a while says a couple things, although there was a whole offensive line thing that people got into it with her back in the day. I do really like Mina Kimes, so I think she's good at her job. I have no problem with Joy Taylor specifically or Stephen A. Smith. No, she is. Stephen A. Smith or Max Kellerman. I think they just have these outlandish, terrible takes. And it always seems to be directed right at Tua. Juan, I'll start with you. What's Go no, bro. You're the guest. No, but no, it's you.
I was just gonna jump in. So I'll take the serious route before I get into too many jokes. I think most of these national media members, they give opinions without context. They give everybody the grace of saying that they didn't have an offseason, and aside from Tua, they didn't understand that Tua had to deal with injuries with the people that were starting for him, the carousel at quarterback between him and Fitz, the young offensive line. And that's the stuff that they just talk about raw numbers. They compare him to Justin Herbert, who has Keenan Allen on the outside, and like it's not fair. It's not fair to Tua in the first place.
So Miami sports stings. Miami sports stings. It does sometimes. Miami sports sometimes do sting, and it hurts my feelings. But Tua and Burrow's stats are comparable, but Burrow got hurt. I understand they might have played a similar amount of games, but it's completely different situations. But Juan, why does it feel like every time something comes up, it's immediately a comparison to Tua? It's anything happens and it's like immediate right at him.
It just feels like he's become like almost like this polarizing figure to where there's no middle ground. You either are 100% loving him or you're 100% hating him. And some of it is unwarranted. Like, for instance, like, Joy said that we had weapons. And I mean, we trotted out there week 17, which, by the way, was the week that she said that she couldn't see Tua winning a playoff game or getting to the playoffs. Well, week 17, his leading receivers were Lynn Bowden Jr., Malcolm Perry, Isaiah Ford. We already with our top receivers with Devontae and Mike Gesicki, they were already last in separation. So it's like, worse got worse. And then you throw him out there in an environment where it's cold. He's not going to have a lead. He's not going to have a running game. And, you got what you got. And I feel like a lot of people just kind of left with a bad taste in their mouth, especially after the Oakland game and then the high of that with Fitzpatrick coming in and then everything like that. I think it's just like an accumulation of things to where now it's kind of like easy just to bash on Tua and say, hey, go draft Justin Fields, which is just asinine or whatever.
Just a horrible take. Kai, I want to hear from you. And I'm going to say, because right, somebody's saying Mina Kimes started the numbers. Mina Kimes, everybody got into it with her with the O-line thing, but I'm with Kai on this. I think Mina Kimes is great at her job, so I don't want to throw her under the bus. Joy Taylor has a job for a reason. I just think some of the takes are terrible at times. But Kai, what do you think about the whole situation?
So that's what I was going to say. Like, I think one thing that has been completely blown out of proportion with this stuff with Joy, and I think every single time, and we all know why. Like, it's the woman thing. It's like the whole woman can't know sports. I mean, we all know Kylie very well, and Kylie gets that from guys that she talks to all the time, where it's like, oh, well, do you know more sports than me? It's like, well, yeah, you know what the fuck? Yeah, she does. Yeah. And like that
easily.
Yeah, easily. This is like, obviously Kylie is one of my really good friends, but like, Kylie is fucking smart as hell, and she would run shop on a lot of fucking people that go at her like, oh, do you even know what the fuck you're talking about? And that happens a lot to Joy. Like, it does. And Joy is going at people a lot because they're like, oh, it's your brother that got you there. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, maybe being a Taylor might have gotten her something. Her brother being a Hall of Famer, yeah, possibly. But that would do it for anyone. I mean, Chris Sims is caught myself. Chris Sims is an idiot most of the time.
You did say it earlier.
He has a job.
Yeah.
He has a job.
Glad you stopped yourself the second time.
I'm glad I caught myself that time. He has a job, and a lot of it is like, sometimes he doesn't even say anything smart, anything coherent. And it's like, you have all these people on there, like Colin Cowherd, every single show is being an idiot and going back on his words all the time. And I think the thing with Joy is that she did a lot to go through the ranks here, like in Miami, to get to where she is now. And I think that for anyone who like has to do and go through the work, it was really disappointing to see that of all the takes that Joy Taylor could have, that's what she decided to land on. Like, that's what she decided her hill to die was on, because that hill to die on with Tua and everything that she's saying is ridiculous. And Jason Clary went after her a lot, which I thought was kind of like, in my opinion, I thought it was a little foolish. It was a little like, come on, man, like, we're all going to go after her. It is what it is. And a lot of other people did, but he's like kind of the big one. I think the thing that makes Joy's argument worse is in that clip that she's getting docked on for is her saying that she thinks that Sam Darnold still has a chance. And that's ridiculous. Like, yeah. Sam Darnold's had 3 years of tape where it's been bad, and you're going to give up on Tua after 9 games, who was one of the most accurate quarterbacks in college history. Yeah. It's stupid.
I don't think anybody should go after Joy's credibility because of this. I don't think anybody.
That's the thing.
That's childish.
Yeah, like, that's the big thing.
You can disagree with her. We disagree with this show literally all the time. I don't think any less of, well, Juan, I think much less of you after I found out you're a communist, but I don't think much less of the rest of you most of the time.
I think Royal just found out too.
I think Royal missed that show.
But no, honestly, the thing with this take is, it's not just her. It feels like it's a national narrative. It's something that happens all the time. And then everybody draws lines in the sands. And we were talking about it earlier in our WhatsApp chat. It gets kind of political to the point where you're either on one extreme or on the other extreme, and that's it. Either you love Tua completely and forgive everything that happened, or you hate him. And that seems like it's the only two places a lot of people think exist, where there's a very accurate middle ground. If she thinks there weren't any flashes from Tua, that's fine. None of us are going to argue that. That's her opinion on what she thinks is going to happen.
No, I was about to say,
but time out. No. He played great against the Cardinals. Fine. But if she wants to say that wasn't enough of a flash, if she wants to say that wasn't enough of a flash for me, that's fine. That's her opinion. She's allowed to do that. None of us would disagree on that. But the one thing is saying, oh, his entire career looks like a waste after 9 games, or it doesn't look like it's going to happen, versus a guy who's had 3 years in the NFL, and then we're blaming everything around him except for the quarterback, right? When you compare the Darnold and Tua situation. Tua's an easy guy to go after because he's been the darling of the media ever since Alabama. It seems like ever since then, that national title game, he got thrust into it, and he was a spotlight ever since then.
You can go back further than that. QB1.
No, yeah, you can go back further than that. And he had a documentary come out on Fox Sports. Look, I'm sorry, and I'm going to say this much. You sign off on a documentary about your life being a quarterback, you got to expect this stuff is going to happen. It's going to be polarizing.
I think Tua is such a polarizing figure, like for all of the stuff that you just mentioned, on top of the fact that he went to Alabama. Everybody hates Alabama, bro. And
I used to hate Alabama like crazy, and then Tua made me love him because I love Tua.
Yeah, but it's like, and then on top of that, you can use the Alabama quarterback stigma, throwing on Tua and hope it sticks. Like some people love to do that. Like all Alabama quarterbacks suck. He's the best one probably ever. And they're just waiting for him to suck. And he showed a little bit of signs of not being as elite as people thought he was in his rookie season. It's like, bro, give the dude a break, bro. Give him another year. Give him some fucking weapons. And then we'd then evaluate him then. Like, wait.
Give him weapons in offseason where he can actually use his legs to lift weights and put it into the throw. I think giving up now is foolish. But I think we would all agree. We can go around. I'll start. Ever since he said that thing about acclimating to the NFL not being that hard. That's true. But it was also because he came on, he blew up real quick. Those first couple games, they won against the Rams, the Cardinals game, and then it was kind of slowed down a little bit. Look, I think we can all go around and say this. When Tua came into the draft, I was ready to say I'm like 98% sure he's going to be the real deal, and he is the answer at quarterback. After last season, I understand there was a lot of factors. I'm now sitting around in 85 to 80%. Which I think is still very high, but it has gone down, and that's the reality of the situation. We can go around and I'll say this, and if you don't want to say it, that's fine. Royal, how did you feel about Tua going into the draft? And I know you weren't a Dolphins fan yet, but you did follow him. And how do you feel about Tua now? Did it stay the same? Does it feel like a little bit less? What do you think?
So yeah, if the Dolphins didn't draft Tua Tagovailoa in that draft, then it was going to take me another year to become a damn Dolphins fan. I can tell you that. Everybody on Dolphins Twitter, everybody who's a Dolphins fan, that was the pick that they wanted, and everybody, I believe that's a consensus. Everybody was elated when they got him. I feel no different about him now. Like I like Tua Tagovailoa. I like the progression that he made for somebody coming in the middle of the season with no offseason. I'm going to keep harping on that because that is something that is vitally important. COVID messed up a lot of shit for people. And the NFL is one of the things that it messed up. So he came in a terrible year, but I think he played well in enough games to warrant him being acknowledged as the starter for this team moving forward, and to be given enough grace to see what he can do with some weapons around him. So I'm still relatively high. I'm still at a 90-95% on Tua will be a player in the league.
Cool. Juan?
I would agree with everything Rolio just said. The only thing I would add, though, is that I do wish that if, hindsight being 2020, I do wish that Flores would have handled the situation a little better. I think he thought he had a better grasp over the starter, reliever, closer, whatever you want to call it, system. I think he thought it would work. He thought it was going to be, perfect, but it affected the whole team just because we saw against the Raiders where Tua kind of did struggle early on. Fitzpatrick goes ahead, brings them back. The team is energized, full of juice. They're going into week 17 against a rival, potentially to get into the playoffs. And I think he caught COVID and he ended up having to miss the game. And then you see kind of like the team just lacked juice. They lacked energy. They lacked like their spark plug. And it almost felt like it was relying on Fitzpatrick, where if Tua doesn't have it, all right, well, we got Fitz in the back to kind of spark it up, but that doesn't happen if Flo just kind of sticks with him. And I do feel like if he had stuck with him and we don't see the other side where we could have won those games like the Raiders, I don't think this is much of a discussion this year, to be honest.
So hold on, I want to piggyback off of the game that you're talking about, the Raiders game. Here's my thing on Tua. Tua did not have his best game against the Raiders, but he didn't play terribly enough to the point where they were out of the game. When Fitz came into that game, they still had an opportunity to win it. Hence the reason why they did win it. Because Tua didn't.
And let's
turn the ball
I'll say
over
this.
like that.
I'll say this too from that game because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Fitzpatrick, the throw to the sideline was a fairly lucky play, but that was Fitzpatrick. That was Fitzpatrick. No matter how much luck was
turned his helmet to the side, he couldn't even see what the hell he was throwing it to.
He still threw it, and it was still a good throw. But what I'm going to say before that is that touchdown pass to Myles Gaskin. No one broke a single tackle all freaking game. That was a pass that any one of the four of us could have made. Saying, "Oh, that's because Ryan Fitzpatrick got them excited." No, that was because Myles Gaskin decided to break his first tackle in like 3 weeks on that play. Kai, what did you think about Tua going into the draft? What do you think about him now? Are you about the same?
Well, going into the draft, as everyone knows, I was a Justin Herbert guy. That being primarily off the fact that I was still very worried about Tua's health. But I conceded the day he was drafted. I conceded the day after, and I concede now that even when I was a Herbert guy, he was one of the most, in terms of Tua, highly touted quarterbacks since Andrew Luck. And I think like I say that a bunch, and it's true. Like people are trying to compare it to Trevor Lawrence, and I think like Trevor Lawrence has a lot of hype, but he has the same amount of hype as every other number one overall QB is going to have.
Yep.
Tua, it was Tua. Like they don't. It's not like it's Trevor. Yeah, maybe it's because it's Tua Tagovailoa or whatever. But it's like. It is Tua coming on, and even in that national championship game, didn't have a great game. Got sacked before he threw an outstanding play in that game. Looking off the safety to go to the middle of the field, turning and throwing an absolute dime to Devonta Smith to win the game. That moment made him a legend in college football history, and it just continued to go and go and go. And I do agree with Juan in terms of like kind of the Ryan Fitzpatrick stuff. I think everyone knows my thoughts on Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like, I think that the national media, and maybe this is why Joy thinks this as well, and others overhype the hell out of him. Like, he's literally not as great as they think that he is. And then I'm still sitting at like a 90%. Like, Tua is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in college football history. And a lot of people can say, "Oh, it's easy at Alabama, this and that." All right, well, he made Nick Saban change his entire thought process on football.
Yeah,
like Nick Saban
a team that was built on running
the ball.
Yep.
And he made Nick Saban change his idea. Nick Saban got quarterbacks that could pass if they needed to, but could run a lot and would stick with that with Jalen Hurts a lot. Run the football no matter what. You have guys like Damian Harris, Najee Harris, like these, Bo Scarborough, Josh Jacobs. Run the football, pound the football, churn out these offensive linemen, run these running backs to the ground. Quarterback, yeah, you make a couple.
And it's not like it's because they didn't have a running back because they had Najee Harris who. All of us love him as a running back prospect. So it's not like they didn't have an option. Yeah. It was Tua that changed it. So he changed a lot. It'll be interesting to see the way things are moving forward, but the microscope is going to be on him. I would honestly say the rest of his career. I don't think it's ever going to go away. I think until he proves people right, and even then, let's say he does go to the playoffs, wins a couple of years, people are still going to hold him under a microscope for everything he does. That comes with the position, but also comes with him. Do you think they're ever going to ease off? Juan, do you think at any point they're going to be like, all right, let me back up? It's never going to happen. Yeah.
Nah. It's too easy right now to bash on him. And then once he actually does become good and starts to actually show some consistent play, the one time he'll have a bad game, it'll be the end of the world. The sky is falling, Chicken Little, and they're going to just destroy him. So it's just never going to stop. It's just one of those things that, for Dolphins fans, most of us aren't used to being good. And now that we're starting to be good, and this is kind of like, what you deal with. You deal with the media saying stupidity, and you're like, what are you saying? Like,
that's true. And we can actually, this is a great, perfect time for you to be on here, Roy, because you've been a Packers fans for the past few years. And Aaron Rodgers, although it's a different microscope, has been under the microscope and incredibly scrutinized. As someone who went through that, and hopefully the Dolphins are going to be on a similar trajectory to what the Packers were. As much crap as I gave you, yes, I admit they have been successful and it's good for them. And that's a different world that we don't know. What is it like being a fan of that team where the quarterback is just always under the microscope for every single thing?
So I want to correct you by saying I've been a fan of the Packers for the past few years. I've been a Packers fan my entire life.
Okay, but I'm just
how did you become a Packers fan?
So when I played Little League football, I played for the Lauderhill Lions, and our colors were green and gold. So
wait a minute.
Yeah, so I wanted to. I found an NFL team with the same colors. I started playing football when I was like 8, so I wanted the NFL team with the same colors. The Packers are green and gold. I've liked them ever since then. So I've never known.
How good for you that you picked based on the color and not the logo, because you could have picked the Detroit Lions and that would have been.
It would have been a wrap. It would have been a wrap, bro. But
you would never play Madden.
But I've never experienced what it's like to have a bad quarterback. My quarterbacks have been Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. That's been my transition as a football fan. And to answer your earlier question about will this ever stop on Tua, I believe it will. Once that boy throw for 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 1 interception, I guarantee you that shut that shit up. Like that's that. Look, I believe once Tua,
you heard it here.
Yeah, because the boy Tua, I believe once they get that tight end out of Florida, what's his name?
Kyle Pitts.
Sorry. Yeah.
One calls him Kyle's Pitts.
Kyle's Pitts.
Yeah, Kyle's Pitts. Yeah, once they get Kyle's Pitts, fam, all that shit gonna be dead. Like, because he gonna have a consistent target that he throw to, who's a freak athlete who has amazing hands and the wingspan of fucking Rudy Gobert. Like that's that's all he needed was a consistent target. Like, look, I think all that shit is gonna be dead by the time Tua gets some consistent. Yeah, that shit gonna be a thing of the past, bro.
Interesting. I hope it does. I hope it does, and I hope he has that 30 touchdown, 1 interception season, and we just move on from all the crap and we get through it. And people stop comparing everything he does to Justin Herbert, because I swear, anytime he posts out a workout pic, like people come at it like it is insane.
And it's because Mike, it's because our fan base was so. And this is the thing I think that we get so entrenched on. Like, yeah, I really want Kyle Pitts. I think Juan also really wants Kyle Pitts. But if the Dolphins draft Jamar Chase, I'm still gonna be like as hyped as I would be for Kyle Pitts.
I don't want I don't want Kyle Pitts at 6, but if they take him at 6, I'm gonna love the guy.
Like
we'll get to a jersey, Mike. We'll get to a jersey.
Mike, who do you want?
I want Jalen Waddle.
He wants Micah Parsons, bro.
Boy, stop it.
No, I don't want Michael Parsons. No, that stuff is dirty.
That's your boy, bro.
But let's say, that's Lewis. Like with the stuff with like the quarterbacks, like they hated Herbert so much. I think that and it's the media too. The media hated Herbert.
He's not a leader. He's tall and gawky and goofy.
All he's gonna be
is an introvert. Disgusting. Yeah.
Like they hated Justin Herbert. So I think that from a media point of view, from some of our fans' point of view, that they hated him so much that seeing him be successful and the team improving around him makes them so upset.
Juan, say what you told us in the chat about a quarterback that people hate and the success being something that just ticks off Dolphins fans. Who's the other quarterback that you brought up? I'm gonna throw you out there on this one.
Who? Mac Jones?
Mac Jones.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah. The you see that's the usual response for 2021. I'll come back to this December 2021, and I don't think it'll be the same.
As long as you're not
that's all I'm gonna leave it at.
Sam Darnold has a bright future, then
perfect segue, right?
Yeah, because I do want to talk about this.
White immobile quarterbacks: Mac Jones, Sam Darnold, same guy, probably.
I'm excited for the opportunity to see more ghosts. That's hilarious. Yeah. They actually have a couple ghost museums in Charlotte. Somebody actually checked, so. He might struggle with that.
So he's gonna add to it, right? He's gonna is he on the History Channel? It's like what Sam Darnold sees in an NFL game, and it's just the History Channel. Ghosts.
So no, just to be serious though, like I'm more excited not because Sam Darnold escaped the Jets. I'm more excited because I think if Joe Brady can even make him serviceable, that boy deserves a head coaching job. Like he gave Joe Burrow his all-time greatest quarterback season in college. He made Teddy B look decent. Hey, if Sam Darnold looks halfway decent, I'm telling you, he's gonna get a head coaching job.
Okay, Royal go, because I got words.
Fam, I don't even call that boy Sam Darnold. I call that boy Tom Darnold, and Tom is an acronym for turnover machine. That boy throws so many fucking picks, bro. Like, look, I'm going to try to scale back on the curse words, but Jesus Christ, bro, I don't think that man's good at all. Like, I just don't think he's good. I think he's trash. They hated Herbert this year, but said the year before he was the best QB if he came out as a junior. They talking bad about Herbert to boost up Tua. They did the same thing with Travis Etienne this year. Like Travis Etienne probably would have been a top-rated running back if he came out last year.
Yep.
But this year he's falling behind 2-3 running backs now. Like, I mean, that's just the way it works. Like the older you get, the less value that you have. But even Sam Darnold. Yeah, Sam Darnold is no, you're fine. Sam Darnold is what 23 years old, bro. Like,
Same
and
age as Tua.
that stock is in the garbage, fam. Like, I can't even believe that Carolina traded for him. Because at this point, I don't even think he's better than Teddy. I don't think he's better than Teddy.
I don't think so either, but I'll defend Carolina on that just because I mean that's a cheap ass deal, dude. Like that was nothing.
What you trying to do, Juan? He's not
Juan, you can't.
I will say I'm not defending Sam Darnold, no. But what I will say is that he's young. He's super young. He's the same age as Tua. He could still develop. He had Adam Gase, which anybody here knows how bad Adam Gase was, it's us here.
Everybody.
Adam Gase is living off of Peyton Manning's last year with the Broncos.
Adam Gase went to the playoffs with Matt Moore.
Boy, be quiet.
Adam Gase. I'm not saying timeout. Adam Gase is terrible, but Adam Gase still found a way to go to the playoffs with Matt Moore.
Went to the playoffs.
He still couldn't get anything with Sam Darnold.
Riding Jay Ajayi's knees to the dust. That's literally what he did. Okay, it was not no Matt Moore.
I'm not saying Adam Gase is good, but I'm saying Sam Darnold could have looked at least slightly better because even Tannehill, that first season with Gase looked pretty decent. You're gonna argue with me on that before he got hurt?
I'm not gonna argue with you that. I'm just gonna say
decent. Tannehill looked good that season.
Yeah, he did. He looked great. He started like 8-1, I think, that year.
Yeah,
I just don't think you could ever look at what Darnold had with the Jets and say, okay, yeah, he had a Jay Ajayi, he had a Charles Clay, he had different type of players where I just don't see it, man. Like they genuinely
give us a little something, bro.
Hey, bro. Listen, if y'all watching post-game shows, you got to pay me, boy. Hit that super chat up. I'll give you a
get in those super chat donos. He'll give you some. Look, I'm with Royal on Sam Darnold though. Darnold is. Go ahead. I
got a video for us if everyone wants to.
Is it about Darnold?
Watching. Oh yeah.
27 situations of 3rd and 10 or longer. Picked off again. Deron Harmon.
That's just a terrible throw by Sam Darnold.
Seen ghosts.
I thought you were gonna have that on
that clip. Look. Sam
Booger
Darnold,
McFarland knew that was a bad throw from Sam Darnold, okay?
When I agree with Booger McFarland, the world is upside down, okay? Sam Darnold has been a turnover machine since college. It's not even like it just started in the NFL. He was throwing terrible interceptions back at USC. He wasn't a very good quarterback then. He was incredibly hyped. He came into the NFL and he's still ass.
Yeah, I'm dying at that comment, bro.
I'm
pretty sure, wasn't it?
I don't know. I want to say versus the Lions. I want to say it was an interception.
Even the pass, like the pass that Kai just showed us, bro. Like that's not an Adam Gase thing, bro. That pocket was clean, and he launched that bitch 20 yards clear of any Jets receiver that was on the field. Like that's the type of stuff that he does, bro. And I don't know, bro.
Jameis Winston's 30-30 season is something
that 30-30 season.
His
I'd rather have Jameis Winston.
Exactly. Jameis Winston's 30-30 season is what Sam Darnold wish he could be.
I'd rather have Jameis Winston.
Damn, that's actually on the money, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
That's actually on the money.
Because at least he throw for 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns.
Now, look, okay. Is there a slight chance that all of us here are super wrong and Sam Darnold comes out and lights it up with Joe Brady?
It would be three of you guys. It would be three of you guys that are wrong.
I'm not. Hold on. I'm not going to say this. No, I'm not going to say this is 0% chance. I thought Kendrick Nunn couldn't play defense. He got a couple blocks this year, right? Like things change. People turn.
Mike, no, listen.
Whatever. I'm on the thought process that Joe Brady is gonna end up being a great head coach and he's gonna fix Sam Darnold, and that's where I'm gonna leave it at. I'm gonna love to see.
Let my spirit animal conscientism talk, bro.
Huh?
You think he's gonna fix him?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't agree. 100%. I don't think he is. Okay. Okay, no, let's give it a percentage. Because Juan, I'm with you. I'm saying it's not at 0%.
All right. You guys are really gonna sit here and say this dude has been trash for 3 straight years. He had his best year at USC in his second year that he was there, then had an absolute trash year after that. His first pass was a pick 6. He's been garbage for years now. He throws pick after pick after pick, a lot of them pick 6s. And we're going to sit here and give him a chance to do something? Come on now.
I will give him.
He's going
I'll
to
eat it.
It's like the same dude. It's like the other day, and I'm gonna say this publicly because I said it also publicly on my show. Like it's like the other day when this happened, and Jakari was like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna get fixed in Carolina." No, he sucks.
Juan, how many
He
days of
sucks.
the week do you watch Colin Cowherd's show?
None.
I feel like this is where
gave
you're
that
getting the
up.
Sam Darnold. I feel like this is where you're getting them Sam
Like-
Darnold's takes from, bro. Like that's just,
No, he's got a connection to Mel Kiper. That's what Juan is doing.
Dude,
He's got a
okay.
connection to Mel
It's
Kiper.
it's actually Chris Sims. It's actually Chris Sims.
Only because that Sam Darnold's gonna be this fantastic thing, and it's all because
No.
of New York.
I'm just
If
look,
he went to any other team, they would give him the same treatment as anything else.
no. If this was
dude's like the
look,
equivalent of Teddy Bridgewater, and we're really sitting here saying
if
he's gonna
Sam
go to the
Darnold
Panthers
was
and be
26
fantastic.
years old and had been doing this in the NFL for that long for a bunch of different franchises, okay. All I'm saying is I'll give it a 10% chance he turns it around. 10. I'll give
if
it
Sam
10.
Darnold was
70.
black, they would have
Oh,
benched his
be out
ass.
the league.
Okay, time out.
He'd be out the league.
We can
He'd be
get
out the
into
league,
it,
bro.
but yeah, absolutely. He wouldn't even be in the
Oh,
league
that's
anymore.
what I'm here for, bro. So y'all can have the black guy conversations.
I love
bro,
it.
If he was
been
black, bro,
missing
his
it.
ass would be out the league, bro.
100%. That's not a question. That's not a question. There's a reason why they have Teddy Bridgewater and they traded for Sam Darnold.
There's a reason why
There's-
Justin Fields ended playing football, the number 2 ranked quarterback, and is now ranked way lower than that.
Yep.
He's like 5 at this point.
Why
Yeah,
Dan
this-
Orlovsky is going out there and talking crap.
Nobody
about it.
here-
Mark
nobody
Sanchez
here is
coming
gonna
out.
disagree with that.
It wasn't him that said it, Kai. It was just what he heard
I
from
know.
heard of a source.
I
But I'm
know.
still gonna. But he's still gonna say it.
All right, and he tried to backtrack.
Juan
You saw
needs,
Mark Sanchez had
Juan
a lot
needs
of
the
great
next
things
topic to
say,
happen
so
quickly.
I don't even know, man.
Juan, you lost a lot of fans on that one, bro.
Yeah.
What were we talking about next? Oh, yeah,
Sam
yeah, yeah.
Darnold sucks, man. Like that's it. Like Sam
Yeah,
Darnold
hey, I
sucks.
think Sam Darnold sucks too, but I'll give him a 10% chance to turn it around.
So
Like,
my
there are people
last
out
thing
there,
on that,
like-
my last thing with that, I just what would feel worse for the Jets to see Sam Darnold go and fail with Carolina, or to see him just ball out, eat, and just have them look dumb? That's my view of
would
it. I
love
just
for that
I
to
want the
happen.
Jets to just be complete trash and just to be ass and just to look at Sam Darnold like, damn, bro, I wish we gave you that
I
chance.
would love
I
for
want
that.
that.
Oh,
I
no,
want him to be
love
their
that.
Tannehill. That's what I
Oh,
want.
don't worry about it. They finna draft their Tannehill and Zach Wilson because that boy is going to be a
Yeah,
bust.
you know what? Actually, we gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about this side of it, right? We're off Sam Darnold, but now the Jets are 100% going into quarterback. It's looking 99.9% like it's Zach Wilson. I am not the biggest guy when it comes to like, oh, I know exactly what's happening. I don't think Zach Wilson's necessarily it. I mean, he had that one nice moving to his left throw downfield, but people are making this big old highlight out of that. I don't think it's that big a deal.
I can't puff my cheeks up big enough to call that boy a bust. That boy is garbage. Not gonna make it, bro.
Anybody else got
Especially
any
not with the
opinions
Jets.
on Zach Wilson? I don't think he's great. I'm not saying for sure he's a bust, but I'm leaning towards bust as opposed to serviceable quarterback.
I'm just hating all these conversations. I'm actually scared of the Jets actually taking him, and he's actually going to be good.
shot.
I swear. And there's just too many similarities by what the Jets are doing. Like they got rid of Adam Gase. They go and hire a defensive
Oh my god,
coach.
you're on like this.
It's just like what the Dolphins did.
You want to?
And
You know what?
listen,
You know what? You know what? Go
if
talk to
they go-
Ricky. Ricky loves New York teams. Go talk to Ricky about this. I'm over it. I'm done with the Jets. You know what? I feel something cancerous
just
growing because I
saying-
talk about the Jets. We're
I'm
moving
just
on.
saying.
No,
He said I'm feeling something cancerous. My God.
because it's the Jets. It's
Michael.
disgusting. It hurts me, man. All right, current roster. We want to talk
Jesus.
current roster. That's what you got to do. Do you not hate the Jets?
I mean, yeah, dude. I was talking
Exact
so
it.
really quickly here. I was talking to I was crapping on the Yankees, and my dad, who moved to New York moved from Japan to New York when he was little. He is a huge New Yorker, everything like that. He texted me mid segment in my show and said, "Can you stop talking shit about my team?" So I was talking shit about the Yankees. He's a Jets fan too. So.
Yo, I hate the Yankees too. Oh, look at us. We can buy a team. Suck
I
it, New
hate
York.
the Yankees. I
All
hate
right.
the Yankees.
We wanted to
But
go
I'm also a
over
Mets fan, so
the current roster, right? So I'm going to go position by position. I'm going to give you the names that are currently on the roster. You guys are going to name the starter. For most of them, it should be consensus, honestly. And then whether or not the Dolphins need to address it in the draft. Okay? Sound like a good idea? Everybody following?
Yeah.
Cool. We'll start. I listed this by alphabetical order by position, so it's going to be all over the place. So we're starting with center. Tyler Gautier, Matt Skura, Cameron Tom, that feels backwards, and Michael Dieter. It feels like his name should be Tom Cameron, like Cameron Tom, like what? Okay, so Tyler
Yeah,
Gautier,
but
Matt
two first
Skura,
names.
Cameron Tom, Michael Dieter. I'll go to you, Juan, because I don't. How many of those names do you actually know, bro?
Skura and Dieter. I actually I feel pretty nervous about this position more than any other. Just because it's kind of been publicized with Skura. He's had his yips. He's been kind of, he didn't really blame the rain, but he said, "Oh, but remember it was raining that game," and it's like, bro, like you just weren't even able to snap the ball. Michael Dieter, I think we should be able to give him a shot to develop. I don't know if it's at center or guard, but this is definitely a position where I think it was last show or the week before where we did a mock draft and I wasn't able to get an inside offensive lineman, and it's been kind of bugging me ever since. Like it feels to me like that's a position of need that we're going to either have to hit on a Dickerson or I forget, a Creed Humphrey or
the belly boy.
Yeah, Quinnen. What is it?
Quinnen Miners.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to hit on one of those guys and pray that they're able to do it as a rookie.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna give everybody a position. So Juan, you were center. Royal, I'm gonna give you cornerback. You're gonna be. I mean, cornerback's pretty obvious on this team. I feel like, right?
Bro, I feel like you treat me like I'm stupid, bro. I just don't know offensive lineman, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You said that you haven't followed the team too much, so I'm trying
to
give you the benefit of the doubt. Okay.
Byron Jones and Xavier Howard are the two starting ones. How about that? Like,
they've got Terrell Bonds, Justin Coleman, Javaris Davis, Tino Ellis, Xavier Howard, Noah Monogany, Byron Jones, Nick Needham, Jamal Perry. I want you to give me 3 because we need a slot corner. They usually come out with a slot corner. You think Igbenogany is going to be the slot?
Yeah, he going to be the third.
Just call him Igbo.
No, I got to say his Ig. No, we already have an Iggy here. Igbenogany.
Okay, sounds like you're just saying monogamy now. Okay, so you think Igbenogany at slot corner. I will focus on this one because I do think this one's debatable between a lot of us. I think it's probably going to be Nick Needham. You've also got Justin Coleman to consider. So I say Nick Needham. Royal says Igbenogany. Kai, who do you think is going to be slot corner for the Dolphins?
Nick Needham. I'm sorry.
I'm saying Nick Needham now.
But I was cheating. You stupid.
I've also been,
but Kai said
Nick Needham. Fan of Nick Needham, and his mom blocked me on Twitter. But I've turned into a fan of Nick Needham.
Bro, what you do?
Why are you saying Royal?
I have a guess if you guys want me to say it, but like I don't know if it's like a pub. So like, okay, a quick story. I'm like a very middle of the line political person. Nick Needham's mother is a very big Trump supporter, I'm
going back to Igbenogany now, bro.
Igbenogany.
Yeah, bro.
That's my guy, bro. A lot of very, very Trump's a racist type of things, and
one thing led to another.
It's called the truth.
But you're still gonna name him slot corner.
Okay? This was me on my
no, don't do my guy like that, bro.
Hey, no.
He should have did it something like that, bro.
No. We're gonna save it for the end. Who at the end we're gonna go through the one prospect that you defend like that. That you defend with that kind of ferocity.
But we're gonna be right about it, though, right?
Yeah, we're gonna be right about it. I don't know how he's so dumb about the guaranteed contracts, like, bro. My goodness. All right, so we say Nick Needham's probably going to be the starter. Royal, do you think they need to address the cornerback position in the draft?
I believe we need to ask Juan because we didn't get his opinion, and you're racist, Michael.
Thank you. I'm actually, again, going to be the contrarian here. I'm going to say Justin Coleman. We'll take the spot. Yeah, I think they don't sign him unless it's for a reason, bro. What is this guy saying? Because
he needs to learn where the bathroom is first.
I don't know what reference that is.
Because he's never been in the building.
Oh, okay. I was just like, is that a reference to him maybe on the field doing something weird? I don't know.
He pooped on the field one time.
I don't know, but not like it. Just in terms of like actual like play, Justin Coleman has played a slot corner at a higher level than Needham in the past. He's gotten a heavy contract from the Detroit Lions, so it wouldn't shock me to see them both compete, and then Needham kind of just flame out a little bit, and then ultimately just kind of get released.
Yeah, and
I
then
you say Needham.
Yeah, you pronounce the H.
Needham.
Needham. He's Jewish.
Needham and Igbenogany. All right, Kai, I'm giving you defensive end, and this is
he was finna come to me with a question that I thought to Guan, and now you skip me entirely, bro. I see what this is, bro.
Okay, do you want a cornerback
on this show, bro?
Do you want a cornerback in the draft?
Nah, Kai, do you want a quarterback in the draft, Kai?
Nah, bro. No shot, bro.
All right.
You knew what was happening when you brought me over here, Mike. I don't know why.
Oh, I know, but you ain't got time for this business. You got too many post-game shows you got to be on. All right, defensive end position, Kai. Nick Coe. I don't even know who the heck that is. Jonathan Ledbetter. Is it Nick Coe?
Auburn. Yeah.
He's Coe from now on. We're all mispronouncing names. He's Nick Coe. Jonathan Ledbetter, Emmanuel Ogba, Tyson Render, and Jason Strobridge. I'm going to throw Adam Butler in there because I think there have been talks on 3 yards per carry about him playing defensive end. He's mostly interior defensive line, but I mean, the defensive tackle position is crazy. Those are the defensive ends. Who are your starters there? And I'm assuming you're addressing it in the draft.
You most definitely are addressing it in the draft, except you're not doing it with the one that has concussion issues. And then you're going
especially
to
at 18.
Yep. And then I think Emmanuel Ogba and whoever you draft are going to be the starters.
Okay.
Or I guess if you want to maybe, I think that the issue is like we saw a lot of like sometimes Zach Sealer was on the outside, sometimes he was on the inside. So I think that's the other thing.
So then if you want to lump defensive tackle in it here, we can lump defensive tackle in it too. Raekwon Davis, John Jenkins, Benito Jones, Zach Sealer.
I think inevitably it's going to be Christian Wilkins, Raekwon Davis, Emmanuel Ogba, whoever they draft, and then of course they're just I don't ever think that this is the issue for like stuff with Brian Flores. Like, yeah, there's the starters, but there's never. I mean, he's going to rotate whoever is having a good game, whoever's having a bad game. Sometimes you see he won't put like Christian Wilkins back on the field for some time, especially when Raekwon Davis was playing as well as he was playing throughout the end of the season. So it's like, I think it's just there's never a definitive starter. But if you're asking me who's going to get the most playing time out of all the defensive ends, it's probably going to be Ogba. I mean, it's not even probably. It's most likely going to be Ogba unless he gets hurt.
So I'm a little confused with this one because like we're primarily a 3-4 team. So ideally it would be Seiler, it would be Wilkins, and it would be Raekwon. But most of the time what we end up doing is we end up going into like nickel and dime packages, and we end up taking out a defensive end.
Don't they consider him like an outside linebacker anyways?
They play him like an outside linebacker, but he's listed as defensive end, and he is on the field more often than not. So that's why I wouldn't list him as outside linebacker.
He's more of like the edge. Him and AVG are going to be the edge. There you go, Van Ginkel especially. They're going to be the edge, just kind of on the outside. But for me, it's always going to be Raekwon and Wilkins inside, with Sealer kind of giving each of them a breather every now and then, which was kind of why it was surprising for me the Adam Butler move, because he's a younger guy and he obviously is going to want to get some playing time to be able to get a bigger deal down the line. And I'm looking at the position like, there's just not that many snaps to go around. So I get the edge is a need, or it could be addressed in the draft. I just don't think it's what?
A need hum?
Yeah, I need him. I just don't think it's something that they're gonna hit like at 18, especially Jalen Phillips, bro. Like
that's gotta be Manny. That has to be Manny.
Because he knows, Manny knows, bro. That's my guy. We talk all the time.
Juan, I'm giving you guard. Saul McKinley, Derval Neto, the guy from Brazil. I mean, he's never gonna play. JC Davis, Robert Hunt, and where's Eric Flowers? Eric Flowers should be on here. What's he listed?
He's not gonna play.
Listen, we're gonna start losing people. We gotta no one cares about the guards right now.
All right, let's just go to the next best position. Quarterback in that order.
I was gonna say let's get to our next one, the lesser named prospects one.
Okay.
Unless Juan has one last.
Just real last thing. Can we just do real quick, just wide receiver and running back? I think those are the most important positions for the offseason.
Running back, we've got Savon Ahmed, Malcolm Brown, Myles Gaskin, Patrick Laird, and Jordan Scarlett. Technically, Malcolm Perry is listed on here, but I'm not going to include him because we all know he's more a wide receiver than running back. So, Ahmed, Brown, Gaskin, Laird, Scarlett. You're keeping how many? Just say how many you're keeping.
4.
It's up to you. You're keeping 4 of the 5?
2.
Oh, I'm talking about just running backs in general.
No. I'm not saying running backs in general. I'm saying of those running backs, of those 5, how many are you keeping on the roster? Bro, you said 2. Who are the 2?
But maybe 3. I don't know if I'm keeping Myles Gaskin. Like I'm thinking Myles Gaskin, Brown, and Ahmed. Like those are the 3 who I'm thinking about keeping. But I don't know. Like
who are you
I can see where he's coming from though?
Who are you the most on the fence on though of those 3?
A Gaskin, because I believe that they're going to draft. What's that boy name who y'all said we say it wrong all the time from Alabama? Yeah, Najee Harris. Najee. Okay, so once you draft Najee Harris, then is Myles Gaskin a necessity for your team anymore? Like you don't.
I say yes, just because I think Myles Gaskin's a great change of pace back. I think he's a fantastic running back too in the NFL. I think Ahmed less so than Gaskin.
Brown is running back too.
Maybe.
No, right now probably.
How many running backs? How many running backs did they take last offseason that ended up getting basically no playing time?
3.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say anything about Brown.
Listen, Lewis's guy Patrick Laird, he's gonna go be an intern somewhere else.
Get gone, Patrick.
It's probably just gonna be like Brown, Savon, and Miles, and then whoever they draft, whether it's Najee Harris, Myles Gaskin, or excuse me, not Myles Gaskin, Travis Etienne or Javonte Williams. Like those are the only ones that I could look at where it's like, unless they go outside the box as well, which it's the Dolphins, man.
Yeah,
Michael Carter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Michael Carter.
Juan, how many you got them keeping?
I would probably, and it also depends on how we draft and kind of how we move. Because if I'm still looking at correctly, Le'Veon Bell is still a name that's available. So there is still interesting names that are not necessarily needed to be drafted.
I've been on that train forever.
And I don't know, maybe it's just all the amount of time that's been built up before the draft, but like, Najee's older, Najee's 23 right now.
Stop it. Don't slander my boy. You're
I'm
done.
just gonna say, if you're gonna draft them in the first round, understand and be completely down for the fact that Najee's going to be a one contract player with maybe that option, and that's all you're gonna get out of him. Because realistically, he's going to be 28, 29, and that's when running backs start to go downhill. So
I love you, Roy. Oh, Roy just froze up too. Oh, there it is.
I did.
Oh, no, you're good. It just froze up for a second.
Okay. Yeah, I don't care about Clutch's opinion. See how many questions you get asked tomorrow, bitch.
Hey, that's better for me and Alana because we're the only other ones on the show.
Just fuck on the post game show.
All right, wide receiver position. Boy, are there plenty. Malcolm Perry, who is listed as a running back / wide receiver, but we know is more wide receiver. Juan's favorite wide receiver of all time, LBJ. Robert Foster, newly signed wide receiver. William Fuller, $10 million contract. Jakeem Grant, Matt Collins, Alan Hearns, Kai Loxley.
Who'd you name after Will Fuller?
19.
Jakeem Grant. I'm not like you. I'm not like you. I'm not like you.
I didn't even know he had a senior in his name.
Listen,
Jakeem Grant,
you're the 25%. You're the minority.
That boy got the same hands as Precious Achua, bro. That boy can't catch nothing, bro.
All right. Jakeem Grant Sr. or 19. Matt Collins, Alan Hearns, Kai Loxley, Kirk Merritt, Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, Albert Wilson.
I thought you were going to stop.
There's another one of him in the world?
Look, how many wide receivers is that?
There's 10.
There's 10 Jakeem Grants out here. Tell his son to wear 18.
We have 12 wide receivers currently.
Okay, but come on, there's 12. Who cares about the 12 right now? They're all gonna be gone. Kyle Pitts is gonna dominate all of them as a tight end, anyways. It doesn't even matter.
I don't understand what do you have against the number 12?
All of them
because they matter. Who are you keeping?
None of them matter.
None of them matter.
Look, if I'm gonna pick who I want to keep from this prestigious group of names,
from these deep weapons, from all these weapons, right?
Yeah, all these weapons. These lethal weapons out here.
Lethal.
I'm too old for this shit.
I'm going with Devontae first. Lynn Bowden Jr.
I love how you still
Preston
instead of Bowden.
Preston, and then
he can't say that's why I called him LBJ.
Yeah, and then Michael Carter too.
What?
Huh? What?
No, sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. No, I was reading the wrong name. Who's Kai Loxley? Matt Collins, I meant.
Yo, my guy just had a stroke in the middle of the show. Give me Michael Carter, wide receiver.
I was reading the wrong thing.
Royal, I can't believe I'm saying this. Get us back on track. What are the wide receivers you're keeping?
I think Juan just named all the ones that I want to keep.
How many did you say, Juan? 4 or 5?
I think you said 5. 4? Okay, so you got Devontae Parker.
You didn't even say Fuller.
No, I didn't even say Fuller.
That's what I'm saying. Like Devontae Parker, Williams, LBJ, Will Fuller, and Matt Collins. I think you keep.
You said Fuller twice.
No, I said Mac Hollins. Mac
The
Hollins.
first one, no, but the first one you said was Fuller, and then
Devontae Parker.
Okay.
Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, Mac Hollins, LBJ, Fuller.
Okay.
He did say that, by the way.
Yeah.
I do want to confirm he did say that.
Yeah, no, you keep 19 around if you need him as a punt returner.
Thank you.
That's the only reason you keep 19 around.
That's the only reason that you keep him around, because whoever.
And what are you keeping Mac Hollins for? You're keeping Mac Hollins for special teams, not to be out there on the wide receiver.
It's the same reason why you keep. Oh my God, what's Buddy's name for the Patriots? Matthew Slater, right?
Yeah, that's Slater.
He's like Matthew Slater. I don't even think plays another position.
Nah,
he literally never even gets a snap.
He's a Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Fame special teamer, bro.
Yo,
yeah, that's an accolade.
Right, listen, Mac is a Hall of Fame entertainer right now. All right, you keep on the team for that alone. That's stone cold.
What, Mac Hollins?
Put some respect on his
listen,
name,
myself, Royal, and Juan all got bought in.
Bro.
Yeah, all of us bought in the moment he showed up in cosplay as Luffy from One Piece. That was it. I was sold.
Who?
That's all Mac Hollins. Showed up as boxer Luffy with the fro and everything.
Oh, I fucking
and
hate
the
One
skull,
Piece, bro.
Oh yeah, we can just boot you now.
Yeah. Look, first of all, I've never made it past episode 8 of One Piece without going to sleep. That shit takes so long.
You're making it worse for you, bro. Like
listen, this is not an audition for me. I'm already a star, guys. I'm already a star, bro.
Wearing his crop top jersey. Kai, I never got your names of who you're keeping, but I'm assuming you're keeping none because you said none of them mattered.
None of them matter. I'm keeping literally it's like Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, Will Fuller, Mac Hollins, LBJ. Unless you draft a receiver, then you cut his ass. And then I think that's it. Like I don't consider 19 a wide receiver because he can't catch. So
I think the only name I'm different from you guys on is and Finstock just brought it up is Robert Foster. I think take out Hollins for Foster.
I think
that
Robert
Alabama
Foster
connection
and Mac Hollins are both going to stay.
I just think Foster is going to offer you something different. And you saw Mac Hollins last year as a wide receiver, right? You could find another gunner.
Put some respect on Mac's name, all right?
Mac is great. I'm not saying he's not, but he's not the best wide receiver.
Mac caught more balls last year than Jakeem Grant could catch at any point in time in his life.
I'm sorry, who?
I said it right there.
Okay.
I seen 19 drop a drag route wide open, boy.
Listen. I remember exactly the drag you're talking about. He takes that drag, he goes to catch it, he bobbles it, and it was an easy 30-yard gain, and my guy bobbles it.
And you know what they tell me? Once you get the ball in his hands, he's electric. Yeah, that's the problem. Get it in his hands.
Why did I want to say boogie woogie woogie after he said he's electric?
If 19 was a running back, oh my God, he'd be dominant. Too bad he's not a running back.
All right, I wanted to roll up to one more before we get to our can't miss prospects. Finstock brought this up, and I always want to shout out Finstock because you're always here, Finn. I'll just call you Doc. I don't know why I call you Fins. Doc, you're always here. We appreciate that. This is a decent question, though. Is edge the biggest need in the draft or wide receiver? And before you guys answer, I get wide receiver is incredibly important. We have to figure that all out. When I listed those names on edge, I know that we have linebackers that are going to play it. The edge is looking very weak when it comes to rushing the quarterback or stopping the run. I don't know what they're doing. So do you guys still think wide receiver is a bigger need than edge? Considering how many names we have at wide receiver. I mean, 12.
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's just because I think the package that you can bring in that defense with Brian Flores, that although, again, and this is the one thing that I think I've ever, and probably the only thing I've ever agreed on with Jock, which is that right now there's not a guy that can get it on their own right now. Like
in the draft?
So
no.
On the team. Oh, yeah.
So I think that is like for sure it's going to be a need, but you have to get weapons. You cannot like you can't look at this wide receiver room and say, oh, right now we're great. And I was going to address that in a second as well.
Yeah,
I have a good reason for that, and I think it's we've seen it already happening in the NFL.
No.
Well, no, I'm like just in general, like a legitimate reason, not just to be rude like we are with 19. Because look, I'll be honest, man. Look, I said it, and I know Juan, you don't agree with me. We give him a lot of shit. He doesn't deserve the shit we do give him. I gotta be honest, but anyhow, with Albert Wilson, I think, and we've already seen it happen a lot. Unless you are a star, we've already seen these players that have opted out get treated very poorly by the team that they opted out for. So I would not be shocked if he is cut. Like, it's great that he's working out with Tua right now, and that's all perfect and fine and dandy. But some of these guys that have opted out, except for the stars, like the big name guys that did, like a Dante Hightower, etc., have already gotten mistreated by their teams. For wrong or for better or for worse, it is a business, and they're going to look at it in the terms of you opted out, well, you got a season done. Like,
well, and Albert Wilson is electric when you get the ball.
Same thing with Allen Hurns.
He catches it, right? Albert Wilson is electric when he catches it. He makes plays. He breaks tackles. It's just the availability thing for me. Why I can't stick with Albert Wilson. That's my biggest thing.
So that's my thing with all the receivers.
All of them. Literally all of them.
Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, Albert Wilson. Every single receiver will not make it. I'd be generous to say 12 to 14 games, especially with a 17-game season. You get
Kyle Pitts, he'll make it 17. Dog.
So, there's a lot of names with wide receivers. They're not names that have been known to last, and they're not names that are really, make me feel confident either. I feel like with edge, we might need bodies, but we have, the Scarlet kid from the Texans. We got Vince Beagle back. So there's bodies there, and Flo is actually known just for scheming up pressure anyway. Yeah. I would be more concerned with wide receiver than edge, to be honest.
Okay.
I think you guys made the point earlier. Like that 3-4 defense makes this a very easy decision to me. Like it's like you can replace those edge rushers with linebackers, and I think you have enough depth there to be able to supplement what you don't have at defensive end. And like you said, like that zero blitz scheme thing that Flo does, where no matter what play it is, it always looks like a zero blitz. Yeah. That works, and it generates pressure for them. So I believe if they get somebody later on down the line, then that'll be serviceable enough. But at this point, you seen last year, you need a playmaker. And so that's why I believe that you go get a wide receiver, or like they're going to do, which is go get that goddamn tight end who is, oh my God.
And I will say, I always found it weird how much, Flo talks about bringing pressure.
Oh my God.
How much Flo talks about bringing pressure and everything, and yet they went after Jadeveon Clowney twice. You know what I mean?
And like, they still could.
They still could. It was just weird. It was just weird the way they kept talking about, we don't need that one guy. It's a pressure thing. And they're like, but Jadeveon, I'll take Jadeveon. It was just a little weird. But
Jadeveon Clowney is not that one guy. I don't know.
He's not. I don't think he's that great either.
Yeah. Not anymore.
I really don't think so. All right, we're gonna do one more segment. We're gonna all talk about our Brandon Marshall prospect. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Kai, I need you to bring up that picture. Right, everybody needs to talk about the one prospect they're gonna make this face for. They're gonna yell at all of us about. Because
then we need
to draft him.
I gotta ask before we even get to that, and maybe Roy, you could break it down. What the hell was Brandon Marshall talking about with contracts not being guaranteed? My understanding is all NBA contracts are guaranteed. Am I wrong?
No. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. I'm just as confused as everybody else, just being honest.
He tried so hard to say it a nice way. He's like,
like there are two-way contracts in the league.
Yeah, two ways aren't guaranteed.
Those are partially guaranteed, but for the most part, they negotiate guaranteed money into their contracts. Of course, there are some incentives where they can reach higher numbers, but for the most part, like every NBA player gets a certain amount of money that is guaranteed to them. Myers Leonard, he who must not be named, and I just named him. That boy
must be banished.
Yeah, right. That boy
got shunned.
That
boy gonna get every penny. That boy's gonna get every penny.
And you know what? And it's very simple. The easiest way to know it is whenever they announce a contract in the NBA, they say they signed this contract for this amount of years and this amount of money. It's not like in the NFL where they say he signed a 4-year, $36 million contract with $20 million guaranteed. Right? They don't have that caveat because in the NFL, you do. The NFL, they cut you, you're gone. You get that $20 million and that's it. In the NBA, you sign the contract, that's your money, you take it. Unless it's a two-way situation, in which case that's different. But
NFL contracts also tie a lot of that money up into signing bonus and stuff. So like their money per year is not as much as some people. Incentive stuff. It's very like the numbers that are often reported about NFL contracts aren't usually what they're not what players are getting.
I would love to see if anybody did a study out there of most NFL contracts, how many are actually honored all the way through past their guarantee? Because I would bet you it's maybe like
they restructure, they'll move money around,
and then they'll cut you because they'll say, hey,
before they get to that, they'll say, hey, look, you're not worth what you're paying.
NFL contracts are imaginary, which is why when people talk about the salary cap, salary cap? They can
It's
move
funny
it
money.
all around.
Thank you.
It's funny
They can
money.
move it all around.
I would argue with Lewis about that all the time because I think the NFL cap is fugazi. Like, you know that clip
Oh,
of
yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street where he's sitting there talking
Fugazi.
like fugazi. It's da-da-da-da. That's literally what
Yep.
NFL
Yeah,
salary
I
is.
agree.
Literally what it is. All right, give me your Brandon Marshall prospect. Yell at us about it. I mean, don't ask. You
Brandon
probably won't
Marshall
disagree.
prospect. That
Yeah.
This could be a segment every single week. I just it's amazing. Brandon Marshall.
Whatever we're gonna
wow.
yell
Brandon
about
Marshall
like
take.
this. Listen, I'm fine. Ro, you want to go first?
Sure, because I hate college.
But that one,
football,
but that one, I think was the McDonald's argument, wasn't it?
It was.
don't
That was
know.
the science.
I don't know.
That was the
science.
science versus Ocho.
Yeah.
That's a
It's just-
great
I just-
podcast.
that
I
lets me
searched,
know that they are real friends because
Yes.
nobody makes me that irate, but people that are genuinely my
Oh,
friends.
Facts.
Oh, my can't miss prospect. Oh, I'm
Yep.
taking the easy route. That boy Trevor Lawrence, bro. I'm going
No. Your Dolphins can't miss prospect.
Oh, my Dolphins?
Stupid head.
Are we talking about like players that are already on the roster or like draft prospects? I don't really
Draft
know.
prospects,
prospects.
homie.
Oh, well, fuck that, bro. Listen, bro. I'm black, bro. Don't talk to me like that. I don't know what that means. I actually said that on Kai's show like a couple of times. I said it on Michael's show too.
Yeah, he said on my show. He
Black.
comes on my show, and we were talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier. He's like, "Of course, I like that show better. It's got a black guy." I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Actually, was my favorite Marvel movie. I said, "I'm black, Kai. I like Black Panther." Bro. Like,
That was dead ass his answer. Like, I wish it was joke, but it's not.
Now, give me your Brandon Marshall prospect.
Okay, so my Brandon Marshall prospect, I guess I'm going to have to go with Kyle Pitts. Like, I'm sorry. It's the easy one for me. It's the only name that I really know.
Put the jersey swap. Put the jersey swap. There you go, Kai.
Yes,
That's not a
indeed.
jersey swap.
I'm
and
about it. Hey, it's a stadium swap. That took a long time. Like, that took a long time for me to do. Okay?
I actually sat down and watched his entire pro day. Just so that I can have a better feel for what type of player I was going to be backing for this team. And he sold me on every metric, bro. Size, speed, hands, route running, like the fluidity of his movements, bro. That wingspan is outrageous. So look, even if he goes to the season and has alligator on, bro, I think I'm gonna have to die on this hill, bro, because I'm selling out for my boy as soon as he get drafted.
All right, Juan, Guinness.
So I feel like I've been like back and forth with this like for the last week. It's like one day I'll wake up and it's like, damn, Kyle Pitts, bro, like that jump balls and wow, 4.4 and with Mike Gesicki. And then the next day I'll wake up and it's like, yo, Jamar Chase ran a 4.39.
Yeah, you've been on that Chase train.
His short shuttle is 3.99, and he's
That was some home cooking in that one. That was some home cooking in that 4.39, bro.
All I will say is he looks like a 4.4 player on the field. And yeah, there is some home cooking on those stop tags where he even said himself, he's like, yo, I thought I was a low 4.4 guy. I kind of even surprised myself. So when I heard that, I'm like, all right, yeah, you got a little homie who,
someone stopped in a second early, like, oh, he's done.
38-yard line. He got it. Look at that 4.39.
Or he started it. It doesn't start until they reach the 5-yard line, right?
Yeah. But no, like in all seriousness, I think Jamar Chase is gonna be kind of like a mix between for me, either a faster Anquan Bolden or just a stronger DeAndre Hopkins, bro. Like the guy
Anquan caught everything.
That's
Anquan was,
bro.
That's a name.
That's how Chase is to me.
That was
see him line up
bully
with
out
the
there.
X, the Y, the Z. He lines up everywhere, the slot. And you saw it with Joe Burrow, where Justin Jefferson was the 1,400-yard rookie receiver. But he wasn't even the number one option on that team, bro. Jamar Chase at 19 was that option. And just to wrap it up, I do believe the Dolphins do have like an age fetish thing. Like they want the younger guys. And bro, Kyle Pitts is 20.
They do.
Jamar Chase is 20. I wouldn't be surprised if they go either one, to be honest.
Okay, Kai, who you gonna yell at us about?
Kadarius Toney.
That's
Kadarius Phony.
So, okay, my question before you even answer, Kai,
Jr.
They got all these weapons. Why were they not so good? Is that a nice way to say it?
Wait, what? Wait.
Is that a nice way to say it?
What do you mean? I'm really confused on what you're asking me.
Like, I didn't see the the Gators in general.
Well, the Gators offense was actually a top offense in the SEC, so they were good. The Gators defense and
I learned college football, Juan.
Was the problem.
I'm just asking about the team in general. I didn't know the
team.
I mean, they're in the SEC.
Well, it was the defense. I mean, this is something I tried. I was yelling about on my show last week when Marco Wilson broke the whatever the
he
the vert.
killed the training his pro
that's
day.
crazy. He also cost the Gators in a shoe throwing contest that he had
Yeah.
to do. So and he was horrible all season.
Hold on a second. This was about Kadarius Toney. Why are we talking about the Gators?
because he came at my team. And
Juan,
and there's a reason about it.
Chileate. Why Tony? Why Kadarius Toney?
All right, look, I just say this because I have two thoughts on this. Kadarius Toney is going to land with either the Ravens, Packers, or Chiefs. That's what I think is going to end up happening.
Ravens,
in my honest opinion.
I'd be interested with the Ravens situation, considering Hollywood Brown is there.
I think that's what's going to happen.
He would go over there and struggle, bro.
I think that one of the big things and I also wouldn't be surprised if he lands with the Buccaneers. He's going to land with one of those lower tier teams in the first round. Like that's what's going to happen with him. And I think yes, listen, he had the mistake that he had at the beginning of his career in Gainesville. That seems to be the trend for a lot of players. I don't know what it is about Gainesville, but that's just what happens. Gainesville's it's a quiet place, so I really don't understand how
there's nothing else to do.
But y'all got some gangsters out there,
Gainesville's a little special.
Listen, we're talking about Kelsey Trent,
Antonio Callaway.
That boy hurt. They got shooters for real.
They
got real shooters.
I don't know what the hell goes on in Gainesville, because if you go on that campus, it is white as hell, and it
not them
sorority sisters and.
Yeah, all the athletes are on the.
There's a bunch of old white people eating at the bars. It's
that national championship. Place. That national championship team was a bunch of convicts led by a preacher, bro. What the hell was going on in it?
They were convicts led by a convict.
What happened, Tim? You should have had it under control. All right,
Urban Meyer.
That boy's literal nickname is Jackrabbit. Boy, what the fuck?
Talking about Janoris Jenkins.
All right, so who do we have?
Here,
oh yeah,
wait, really quickly, with Kadarius Toney. I just think that when you look at what he brought to the offense this year, Kadarius Toney and Kyle Pitts, and yes, the Kyle to Kyle connection was great, but Kadarius Toney and Kyle Pitts and Trayvon Grimes a little bit towards the end of the season, though I don't think that he's one of those bigger guys, but he helped a lot as well. You could see that if either of those guys were off, I was about to say off the pitch, off the field, if Toney was off the field, Pitts stepped up in the way he needed to. If Pitts was off the field, Toney stepped up the way he needed to. And Toney, when Kyle Pitts was injured, was a huge part of that offense. And again, I just think that he is going to make an NFL team extremely happy. That I would be surprised if he is not. I, in my mind, already know that I'm going to win my bet with you, and he's going to be over 500 in a touchdown.
Not if he goes to the Ravens, because Lamar Jackson can't throw.
First of all, fam, you would not talk about that boy like that. He is from Pompano, okay? And we defend our own like that. That's the crib. That's the homie too.
Chill, Juan. You ain't from Pompano. Chill.
But he in Broward though.
I will correct you. My freshman year of high school was at Pompano Beach High School. Yeah, that was deep in there.
Man. Yeah, I graduated from Blanche High School.
Hey, we probably rode the same bus one of those days, bro.
Nah, bro. I graduated from all of y'all.
Woohoo! Okay,
you're a smart guy.
All right, so wait, what are you saying? We had Kyle Pitts. We had Jamar Chase. You said?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you said Kadarius Toney.
And that's all we need to know. Don't even, guys. Thank you.
My guy.
Go ahead.
I would say Waddle, but I will say I don't think Waddle is that far ahead of Kyle Pitts. I think it's very, very close because I think Kyle Pitts is good.
Two names into that conversation.
So wait, what name are you picking, though? What name are you picking?
Najee.
Oh,
listen. We need to get Najee Harris. This team cannot wait on a running back. Yo, Marsh, what? This team cannot wait on a running back the way they did last year. Last year, they're like, we can draft one later. We can draft one later. And they're like, panic mode. Let's trade a 5th-round pick for Matt Breida and then not even play him, right? Let's sign Jordan Howard in the offseason and then cut him after week 6. They need to do something about the running back position. I think there are other running backs in this class that can be good. Javonte Williams is good. I think Travis Etienne has dropped a lot further than he should have. Najee Harris, I think, is in a different league. And although I don't think he's a Saquon Barkley, there's not a single thing that you'd ask of a running back that Najee Harris can't do. Add on to that the fact that him and Tua are already best friends. Listen, if they need to trade up from 18 to 15 to get him, I'm all for the trade. If Michael, they feel like he's not going to be there, take him.
Michael, did you say Saquon Barkley?
Lejuan Barkley?
Saquon Barkley?
Saquon Barkley?
Blake Griffin just hit a deep 3 on a buzzer beater. I'm sorry.
Some people slandered Blake Griffin, and I was all on board. Now we're getting Dwayne Dedman.
I said that boy can't dunk no more too. So
and he dunked.
Burley.
He dunked better than you ever could.
Yeah,
I'm 5'7". I'm 5'7" and was never a number 1 overall pick, bro.
But no, for me, it's Najee Harris. I think they got to find him. You got to trade up if you need to. You cannot leave that draft without taking Najee Harris, unless someone takes him like at 10, right? Or 12 and higher. If Najee goes there, fine. Anything lower than that, I think the Dolphins should have known and traded up for him.
15 now. You put that negative energy in the air. Now he's going to go 15 to the Patriots. Watch.
I'm going to literally cry. We're doing a draft stream. I'm going to cry on the stream if that doesn't happen.
I like all the names that we're saying, right? But just so we're clear, if we do end up getting 2 of the names that we've said, are we on the boat that it's no excuses for Tua 2021?
No shot.
Are
you saying with Chase and Pitts, or just like in general?
With any of the four, if we get 2 of any of the 4.
No, like, because more realistic would be Pitts or Najee or Chase or Najee. So
yeah,
like that. So if we got
if you get those two, barring them being like absolute bust, which I don't think is going to happen, or injured, the weapons question has to rest. Unless Preston Williams, Devontae Parker, and everybody gets hurt again, in which case one wide receiver doesn't solve it. But then that's on the team for not having done anything about it.
We're also talking about rookies being his weapons. So, like, I think there needs to be a measured level of expectation with that, too.
But I think at wide receiver it's different. I'm not expecting anybody to have what's his name? The guy from the Vikings.
Oh, except for Kyle Pitts. I expect Kyle Pitts to get 800 yards this year. Like,
I'm not expecting a Justin Jefferson kind of season, but if you're drafted at 6 and you're a pass catcher, I expect big things from you. Again, not Justin Jefferson, but you need to give me something, right? Better than what Ruggs and Judy did last year.
So just to jump off of what the last comment what JP said, I would agree with you to a certain extent. I don't ever think I would have seen Flores drafting 2 offensive players in the first round, but I also never thought that we would see a first round offensive lineman, a second round offensive lineman, a fourth round offensive lineman. So there's certain times where you just got to bite the bullet and just say, hey, we got to do this for the better of the team.
Well, and it's saying, do we see Flo doing it? It's not Flo's choice, right? Like, Flo has a big say. Flo has a big say. I'm not saying he doesn't, but it's Grier, right? Like, this is Grier building the team with input from Flo. They agree. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I don't know if you guys talked about that, but that man, Chris Grier, with the way that he's operated this offseason has
we did
to damn near an elite GM status in my eyes. He's almost there.
You could take the damn near off.
Okay. Like, I wanted to be a little bit measured, but yeah, I think he's joined the ranks of the elite GMs in this league
easily, bro.
Based off of the way that he maneuvered that draft capital. Like, I thought it was brilliant, bro. Like, and I haven't got an opportunity to talk about that publicly.
No.
And not just for that too, but think about what he really did. He sat there and he said, you know what? The guys that I can get at 3, let me go back to 12. Yep. Let me see what's going on. Oh, wait, the first 4 picks I might actually be quarterbacks. All right, F it. Let me go back to 6. Let me get the guy that I want.
Yeah.
Well, they also
had
that
all that within an hour.
They had the first deal with the 49ers done for about 3 weeks. They were just kind of, according to reports, they were just trying to figure out what was going to happen with that other pick.
True.
Yeah.
This is true. Listen, this is the one thing. Look, Chris Grier, a lot of people are like, oh, but his draft record is this. The free agent record is this.
Chris Grier has 2 years of drafts under his belt. His draft record.
He had say in No, hold on, time out. He had say in
Mike Tannenbaum was calling the
shots, dude. Mike Tannenbaum might have had final say on certain things, but Chris Grier still had a say. But the one defense I'll have is Chris Grier said, I have certain deficiencies at drafting. I'm going to go get Marvin Allen to help me out because Marvin Allen is a freaking icon when it comes to drafting. Then they got the other guy. Didn't they get another guy with pro scouting as well?
They also got the other dude from the Raiders. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. He went out and he said, I want to make this team better. I need to do this thing. And now he's making these trades.
Yes.
Like, look, nobody one-ups Pat Riley in South Florida. Chris Grier found a way to do it in less than 24 hours.
No, he didn't.
Time out. No, I'm not saying as a career. I'm saying in current news, right? For the moment.
in current news, Pat Riley got Victor Oladipo for Kelly Olynyk and Avery Bradley.
And then not even 24 hours later, Reggie McKenzie. Not even 24 hours later, Chris Grier goes and pulls off both of these trades.
Okay, that's facts. Yeah, we did.
That's
both
all I'm
of them
saying.
that day.
Like,
That
he
shit blew
said,
my mind.
He said,
I'll give
chill.
it- I'm on a Dolphin stream. I'll let them have it today.
Thank you, bro. We appreciate you.
Listen,
Bro.
bro,
for
I
today's
can't even defend Chris Grier. Like I was gonna come out there again and be like, oh well, let's remember that this has been done. It was done for like a month. But listen, man, the Godfather, he got showed up. Like he got
Baby
showed up.
Godfather.
For that day.
Baby Godfather.
Now, if you ask me who's the better person when it comes to Miami sport, obviously Pat Riley. He actually won a championship, and he's been here for years. He's made amazing moves.
Pat Riley, but
like, yeah, you're wearing the hat for a reason. I'm not discounting that.
Oh, I wear it because it matches my Tua Tagovailoa jersey. Duh. And by the way,
Tagovailoa jersey.
Well, I'm just saying, like in the midst of this stream, it just went from a halter top to a bra. Like that thing is barely covering up anything at this point.
Well, ain't no bounce with that on. So
listen, bro, they're just gonna invite me to Paul Pierce room in a minute, bro.
Yo, can we talk about that tomorrow on post though?
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, Leo, I'm thank you for the dono, and I'm sorry that you're gonna end up disappointed.
No, I'm all about Chelsea. Quick
thoughts on that since we got a soccer thing. I think whatever happens next week in France, whoever comes up with that win is winning the Champions League. In my personal opinion,
is it you two? Is it between Bayern and PSG?
Yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is it's either my team or the team that beats me.
No, but realistically, like I think 100%
Chelsea with Kepa at
Chelsea. If what sucks is that when it comes to the soccer stuff, yeah, he did. Kepa doesn't start at goalie.
I know he doesn't. That's why it's a joke because Kepa sucks.
I know. Okay,
First of all, whatever
Chelsea,
whatever team Gio Reyna's on is going to win, bro.
Dortmund.
Yo, Dortmund. I love Dortmund.
They had a pretty good showing.
Chelsea.
It's because of my guy. It's because of my guy, bro. Gio Reyna, bro. He's my favorite soccer player in the world.
But yeah, either
Bayern. Did not expect that to come out of your mouth.
Huh?
The father.
Did not expect that to come out of your.
I learned about him because Kai gave me homework on like the second episode of the soccer show, and I had to watch a U.S. friendly. Yeah, and I had to watch a U.S. friendly, bro. And Gio Reyna, in my eyes, was the best player on the field. So I was like, oh, that's my favorite player.
He was right. He
blew that out of the water that day. All right, that'll do it for the show this week. Next week, probably more draft talk. Unless the Dolphins make another trade, which, hey, it's Chris Grier. He might find a way to get more draft picks.
Juan happy or me happy? That's all it is.
Yeah,
I'm going to be wearing my jersey.
I'll also probably be sick because I'm getting my Moderna shot on Tuesday. So Wednesday, I'll probably be like,
oh, that's going to be a fun show with you because I had that second dose and it was brutal.
Chris Grier going to trade Limbo and Jr. for George Kittle, bro. That's what happened. That's what that man can do nowadays.
Absolutely. Because he's the freaking best. Royal. Where can people see you next? Because people love you. I want people to know where they can find you.
On this very same network, you can catch me on the Post Up, the 5 Reasons Sports postgame show, as well as on the Clutch Corner, which will be taking over the postgame show tomorrow. You can also catch me every Wednesday on Kai's Corner for Royal Wednesdays. I'm on there every single week. We talk Heat, we talk Marvel, whatever. But yeah,
does it have like a Regal opening? Like, do you lean into the Royal royalty? Okay, because I feel like you gotta lean into the like, ooh, like I'm British.
No, but we already have a thing. I only call him Kai Chin Chisholm when I'm talking to him on there.
I was like, because at one point someone someone misspelled his name on the thing. Like it wasn't Sean, it was someone else, and they misspelled his thing. So he was like, "Listen, man, everyone's misspelling my name, and I have a name that gets misspelled and mispronounced." So every time when I say it, I pronounce I go through his name. I spells it so everyone knows it's this is the way you need to do it. And so every single time now he comes in, he's like, "Thank you, Kai Chen Chisholm. How are you doing today?"
Kai, where can people find you, man?
Kai's Corner, 10 a.m. to noon every single day, except for Monday now. Apparently, that's 11 to noon, but it's okay. It is what it is. And yeah, here on Wednesdays,
basketball. Damn. All right, Juan, where can people find
basketball? That's Ethan.
You can,
Lord and Savior communist.
Facts.
Juan's bought in.
Yeah, you can find me on Juan Sundays from 9 to 11, and then you can catch my rants.
Out of that red book, what's it called?
What?
The little red commie book. What's it called? I don't know.
Oh my God.
No, you're more communist than me, obviously.
Oh, the one that they read to turn the Winter Soldier into.
Yeah.
You're walking freight train. Like, go ahead. I'm sorry, Warren.
No, you're good. And that's basically, you can catch my rants on Juan Christopher Grier. Apparently, that's my name. I thought I had my Twitter at there, but hey, go find me there, I guess.
Awesome. All right, so
I have to do it.
We'll be back next week. Shows are now going to happen at 7 instead of 7:30, so we're going to start them a little bit earlier as long as we're all here on time, which I don't know. So we'll see about that one. Royal, thank you so much for coming on. We're absolutely going to ask you to come on again sometime, and it'll be dope to have you on some football stuff. We're going to do a fantasy football league, Royal. You want in?
Oh, listen,
right,
one already.
That's already done.
That's already done. I already told one I'm going to come in and I'm going to win y'all league for y'all.
Yeah.
Well, but I was saying we got to do another one for just 5 reasons. I know you.
I'm going to win that one too.
I got to play you in Madden and show you.
I like it. I like it.
Do we already have? Oh, 100%. We're off the air. Never mind.
100%. So we'll see you guys next week at 7. Tomorrow you can catch me in Royal after the Lakers game for the post-game show. It's going to be Clutch Corner / post-game show. It should be a lot of fun. Any final thoughts, Kai, Juan, Royal?
This jersey is tight as hell. Hurry up and end it so I can take it off.